Hello traders, welcome to the live stream. Audio video, is it clear? Just let me know. Continuously the zone is acting as support. Market is moving below that. It's getting close to that support zone. That's fine. Hi Chandru sir, thank you so much for liking the live stream. Venkatadri Motor sir, hello, welcome. Hajira, welcome to the live stream. Who has not yet liked the live stream, please do that. That will support the channel. Ethereum continuously, it's moving towards the downside. Trend line is there. It is acting as a resistance. Global market. Still we need to get the data. Dow Jones at this point of time is slightly negative. BTC, everything is slightly moving towards the downside itself. Let me switch to 15 minutes time frame. We'll just mark the Fibonacci levels and see at what level market is. Here there is an area, market can break that zone. Next area we have 786 level. Okay, we'll just mark these levels. For our reference point, it's 15 minutes. So market has still a bit more space to move towards the downside. Fakruddin Pasha sir, hello, welcome to the live stream. Support zone. Now 5 minutes time frame. Market is kind of holding on to this zone. Sometimes what will happen, continuously fall, retest. Here it might form a W pattern. The chance is there. So if you want to go as per the trend, then if market breaks the zone, shows continuation, then going for bearish trade might be a bit better. As long as this zone is holding, better to wait. We'll patiently wait for some time. If we get any interesting setup, we will plan our trade. It's kind of can act as buyer zone. So we can't go bearish at this point of time. Suddenly a strong bearish move comes like this also. We will miss out on opportunity, that is fine. But since there is a buyer zone, we will kind of avoid at this point of time to take any bullish trade. And in BTC case, already it has given a breakdown. Here it is showing continuation. It's gone below. Even though BTC is gone below, I will not be taking bearish trade because this can act as buyer zone. If this moves up, BTC also can reverse from this zone. Okay. So when they are going to introduce gold, I just spoke with them 2 weeks time. Main thing, everything in Delta Exchange, they see about the legal stuff, everything. Only then they will go ahead. They are waiting for some approval. Once, because they're FIA registered, they will follow certain things. Only if they are comfortable, they will go ahead with this. Okay, 2 weeks time is what they are saying. We will see. Okay, maybe from next month we can start trading in gold. kind of holding here. I'm not sure the seller is trying to push the market down or not here, but buyer is trying to push. If he fails, seller push the market down, then chance towards the downside might open up. Nasdaq, S&P 500, both slightly negative opening. So when that is negative opening, sometimes crypto market might move towards the upside. Okay, that chance is there, around 8 to 10 points. Srinivasa, good evening, welcome to the live stream. Zone. Buyer is holding. Nicely, buyer has put the pressure here. See, looking at this candle, if we had gone for bearish, then we would have got trapped. Which trade we should do in gold futures? It will be USDT only, but in what terms they're going to do that we have to check. Now comment section, just let me know what is your view. Bullish, bearish, sideways. So I told no, ETH, let's say it's moving up from here. What is BTC doing? This breakdown, it is failing and it has moved towards the upside to trap people, right? So always think, when I'm trading in Indian market, I put Bank Nifty chart on one side, another side I will put Nifty chart. Now mostly Nifty momentum in the current market condition, let's say Bank Nifty is near seller zone, example I'm saying, and Nifty is somewhere in between, it's very close to seller zone or something. If Bank Nifty from seller zone, if it falls, even if Nifty gives a breakout, going for a bullish trade in Nifty doesn't make sense. There's a chance of reversal. So parallelly watching both index becomes very important. So same way how in Bank Nifty, same way in how Bank Nifty plays an important role, ETH plays an important role. Consider Bank Nifty, ETH as same. That's what I do. And I will consider Nifty and BTC as same. So here, why I did not take bearish trade? Because buyer zone already, when market was here only, I said. So I avoided bearish trade. And if I had just looked at BTC, looking at this breakdown, definitely people would have thought about taking bearish trade, placing stop loss here or here, right? So they would have got trapped. Same way, that is why I say parallelly watching both also. Initially I was not doing that, but over a period of time when I'm parallelly watching, I'm understanding that if ETH is respecting buyer zone and moving up, even if we see breakdown in BTC, we should kind of avoid. If ETH is near seller zone, it's coming down, BTC still have a lot of space to move, then ETH and BTC might come in sync and it can move together. This might not happen all the time, but there is 70 to 75% chance of this happening. Okay, so trading is everything about probability. So where there is 70-75% chance, we will go according to that. All right. Some days, in 10 days, around 3 days, BTC might move on its own, ETH might follow BTC. Maybe that day liquidity, all those things and all is more in BTC, something like that. But remaining 7 days, BTC, if you want to trade also, you have to see where ETH is kind of trading. That is something which I have understood over a period of this 1 year close to I'm trading, right? This is what I have noticed. Did you understand? To trade in ETH, is it necessary to check BTC? Since BTC movement is 70% of ETH movement, no need to look at BTC that much. Okay, so you just have to see looking at ETH, you can trade in BTC, but looking at BTC, trading in ETH, according to me, might not work that much because that only 30% chance is there. These and all things you will not know anywhere, only based on experience. Someone is telling you. After me telling you, you just spend some time and start looking at the market with this perspective. That will be very helpful for you in the futures. Okay. Head and shoulder pattern forming in ETH. This is, if you're considering this left shoulder is not formed properly, it directly moved up, but we can say this as a cup and this as a handle, like that we can say. If you are asking me in lower, this one in lower, if I see nowhere I'm seeing head and shoulder pattern. I'm just seeing head. If you're saying this is left shoulder, okay, let's say like this. If you mark also left shoulder, head, then head has to come, then only right shoulder. Here if you are seeing head and shoulder pattern, this did not touch here. Head is fine, it did not touch here though. Right shoulder should always be smaller than the left shoulder. Left shoulder can be big, head can be big, but right shoulder should always be small. That is when it shows strong bearish pressure possibility. So I'm not seeing head and shoulder pattern right now, so we will wait. Now market is in, I don't know, seller entered here, good. Strong seller is sitting somewhere here. He might give up, he might re-enter here, but here also some seller is there. And here in case market is moving up, and if it tries to push the market down from here, it can correct. That one possibility is there. But if this buyer is too strong, if market is holding on to this range, or soon it is not giving any quick reversal, that means buyers might get active. After correction, they can push the market towards the upside. Can you check gold? Is it in seller zone? Gold is not there in seller zone. It is near buyer zone at this point of time. Seller zone we can say, but one second, it has crossed the seller zone. So since there is a psychological level of 5,000, it is trading below 4,000 at 4,993. Double top, it can create some pressure and later it can move towards the upside. So I don't think as of now Bank Nifty is, gold is in seller zone. Okay, all the side stop loss hunting. This one has space to move. This will move continuously only if ETH decides to move up. Let me see if there is any news. Meanwhile, tell me today, there's a lot of things happening in the market, Indian market especially. How was it? Mhm. Balance of trade deficit, that news came. Fed Boston speech. So those certain newses have come out around 7 o'clock, 6:30. Based on that, market is kind of corrected a bit because of the trade deficit issue what they have. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know why there is no timing here. Okay. 19, 20. This time only oil data, all those things are supposed to come. Only oil data is pending. Apart from that, no other important data is there as of now related to the market. Trend line. Hoping to see if the seller zone respects or this buyer zone breaks. Either situation, I might look for bearish trade in the market. What is the reason behind continuous fall in Indian market? See, the thing is, our market is overvalued. We need to understand that first. Okay. Second thing is, we need to understand. Okay. From my experience, I'm saying they can manipulate Nifty with the help of Bank Nifty. Okay. How can they manipulate? In Nifty, there might be certain stocks, right? Big stocks, whatever is there. Sometimes the company will hold 30%, 40%, 70% of the stock within company. Okay. Rest of the stocks will be shares will be floating. That means it will be available for trade between us, retail traders, and all those things. But when it comes to Bank Nifty, the company, as per my understanding, cannot hold more than 10%. That means remaining 90% will be in floating in the market. So if floating is happening of 90%, then who's having those shares? If 90% is around available for trade, then when more quantity is there, more people also might be participating in Bank Nifty. That is why, compared to Nifty, in Bank Nifty there will be more volatility because more floating shares are there, because the percentage of shares which the company will hold will be comparatively less. This is my understanding. So artificially they kept on pushing the market towards the upside. Yesterday I shared one audio saying that today market is supposed to fall. By chance, if they don't make it fall, if they manipulate today, tomorrow there is a very very high chance that market can correct. You can go and listen to that audio I shared yesterday only. Today, what happened? Same kind of movement. I'm not saying based on news or whatsoever, but if you had watched my pre-market analysis video, which I shared in the free Telegram group, there only I had discussed this a rising wedge, market can move towards the downside, and that is one thing. Here psychological level 26,000, they did not want Nifty to break. Bank Nifty, if it moves down, what did I say? Nifty also can move along with Bank Nifty. So over the period of time, whatever they wanted to hold, they held on, and then when they got an opportunity, they easily started to push the market towards the downside. Here or there was good opportunity for us to look for bearish trade. At the initial stage, there was a bit of confusion for me, for sure, because directly market started falling from here. When market fell here, at this zone there was buyers activity. If buyers push the market towards the upside little bit, this much or up to this zone, then because there was buying zone small, and I was thinking one buying is pending, so first bullish trade I took here. But once buyers gave up at the zone, I understood market condition would be sell on rise. So based on that logic only, I took my second trade for sell on rise situation. Bank Nifty nicely moving up. Nifty, sorry, I'm always about Nifty. BTC nicely moving up. ETH now is somewhere near the seller zone. How strong the seller is there or not, I'm not sure. That I have to just wait and see. Okay. Pressure I can see at this zone. I'll switch to 1 minute time frame. Here what we can basically try to do is scalping. Okay. Now simply I will place one order. This is a zone and small stop loss I will take here, and maybe for that I'll be looking for minimum of so much of target. If I get the move, fine. If not, so much as not required, we will see. Okay. Sometimes what we can do is, since this is seller zone, I said buyer zone, little bit buffer also you can give. No need to give too much buffer. You see here, I've given buffer of 12 points. Now near buyer zone, how much buffer here? Market gave 4-5 points. So only 4-5 points, 6 points buffer. Let's say little like this also we can keep. That's okay. I'll keep some more buffer because in case there is a wick or something, it will create a problem. Now I feel this is a seller zone, but I'm not that confident that seller will enter or not. That is why reasonable stop loss. If I get the target moment, then I will look for continuation. In case market goes above the seller zone, and if it holds and shows continuation, as of now the probability of this trade will be 60 to 70% success rate. If market gives closing above this zone, then the success rate of this trade will reduce. That now only I'm telling you. The sooner we try to enter opportunity like this, we might get trapped also. But from here, let's say 2-3 candles came, by then already 60-70% of our target will be done. So that time what to do, right? So I'm okay to take a small risk and look for entry near the seller zone. Why I'm looking for the entry near seller zone? Market has given a breakout here, attracted people. Maybe here it's given a breakout, attracted people. So if market wants to remove some weak place, at least for retest, it can come towards the downside, is my understanding. If it wants to continue the trend, here it might hold and give more momentum. All these logic I'm using, but not necessary. I have to be right. I have the right to be wrong. But whatever trade I take, logic, definitely I will explain it to you guys. If the logic is suitable for you, then maybe you can consider, or you can just see how I look at the market for education purpose only. You can use. Okay. Nowadays you are taking only ETH. Any reason? No big reason. BTC also, you see, BTC is near the resistance. Okay, trend line. So here more than momentum coming. Here momentum, here also momentum is coming, no problem. See, simultaneously we can take in both. That means, let's say, now I said no, if ETH corrects, what will happen to BTC? BTC also will follow, I said. So let's say I take some quantity here and I take some quantity here. In both, if BTC comes up to this zone, ETH comes up to 50% of whatever movement I'm expecting. Let's say it comes here, simultaneously both the positions we can close. Like that also we can do, no problem. As of now it is correcting. We will see. Seller pressure is there. Hopefully seller is strong. Suddenly if this buyer thinks, okay, I'm going to re-enter here, means nothing can be done. It's all about probability. So since things are about probability, what is the best thing we can do? We have to see, okay, so much risk, how much risk maximum I can take. If it is as per my capacity, I take it, right? Balu sir, hello, welcome to the live stream. I said to what all factors in to get more conviction on the zone? Immediate pressure if I get in near that one conviction. If the movement is bearish and I'm looking for bearish trade, see here someone is entering, here someone is entering, then where will he think about putting the target? He'll think about putting the target here, right? Looking at the breakout. So market is basically supposed to at least move 50% to trap those people. I hope you're getting my point. Now before market moves up, I told this can be buyer zone. Now before coming down, here we were waiting for so long considering this as seller zone. But when our time is good, everything is good, market condition goes in our favor, momentum will be very smooth. If not, sometimes we might get stuck. That is when we have to decide how much SL we have to give. If it's going as per the view, fine. But if it starts becoming sideways or it's holding on, let's say I took a trade here, instead of giving breakdown here, market is only holding within, for example, let's say here, from recent swing low to swing high, I put Fibonacci level and market is just trading within 236 level. Then it is a problem because both the side movement possibility chances will be high. That time what we can decide, okay, no need to give bigger SL, I'll just keep somewhere SL here. If the movement continues, fine, or in between there is confusion, means let me exit also. You can think in exit and wait for better opportunity. Since you have already entered, rather than exiting in between, maybe you can reduce the risk and hold, so that re-entering, brokerage, all those things you need not pay. What all factor? Sir, how to differentiate between valid and invalid buyer? And see, that we cannot, this one, we, if here more strong candle is coming, okay, very here small candles only move towards the downside, but let's say big candles, 1 4 around 10 candles only gave off so much moment. That means here strong seller is there. So that time near seller zone, if you think, since is a strong seller, market might not go to trap, rather it might move towards the downside quickly if the seller re-enter, because there will not be any stop loss hunting level on top. Okay, but here in this case it is a bit tricky because how many candles, right? Many candles are here. That time little, see, okay, for example, market came down here, it reversed, and since this movement was very strong, that means the seller might enter here. He entered and he pushed the market down strongly only he pushed, right? So like that situation you will come across. Previously, how strong the seller has pushed, maybe the probability of this seller re-entering here will become high because already he has entered very strongly. But this seller here, he has entered very slowly, they have moved towards the downside. When slowly momentum is happening, let's say here one breakdown, momentum happened, here one breakdown, here one breakdown. All of this breakdown has attracted people to take bearish trade. Some people might exit, or people looking at this continuous fall, whoever enter, their stop loss will be on top. Stop loss will be here, here. To hunt their stop loss, market started to move up. So like that situation will come. Based on that only we will think about stuff. Again, it's coming to test the seller zone. If it's taking the SL, fine, I have to accept and give it. As long as we enter, we will not know how strong the sellers are. But looking at these kind of situation and all, to a certain extent, we can say, okay, seller can re-enter. Probability is there. Some market should come out of our zone slow or fast. Or is it okay for us to take entry on both situation? See, when it comes to seller zone, if you see strong seller, then think about entering. Okay. I felt okay, market corrected. Here, seller again entered. After that, stop loss hunting is done. Here, buyers are getting attracted. If this seller is strong, he will push. I did not wait for big momentum, all those things. Once I started seeing selling pressure, that too, in what time frame I'm seeing? I'm seeing in 1 minute time frame. Right? When I see in 1 minute time frame, there's a chance for me to enter quickly also. Or let's say if I'm looking at the same setup in 5 minutes time frame, I'll switch to 5 minutes and I see a candle here. If I see a candle here, then let's say I think about entering the trade, then below this zone only, either I will miss out on opportunity, or looking at this candle close, if I had entered little bit, I wouldn't have got entry here, I would have got entry here. So that becomes a problem. Now here on 5 minutes time frame, definitely I'm seeing one issue. The issue is market has to go below this zone. When it strongly goes below this zone or gives closing below this zone, our setup will be more strong. It will give more conviction. Okay. We will see what they try to do. See, it is not like everything whatever I'm saying is like what and all I have learned, right? Those things only I'm explaining it to you. Over a period of time, if I'm making mistakes and all, I will correct those mistakes. I'll learn from those mistakes and I will explain it to you guys also, right? So why you use price action only? Why not indicator? Usually indicators are lagging indicators, right? It will take the data from the price only. Let it be EMA, moving average, everything. It's deriving its value from where? It's deriving its value from the price. So always there will be some lag. That is why even if I'm using indicator, I use leading indicator. Leading indicator can be, for example, Fibonacci. Let's say I take Fibonacci and I mark. I know, okay, market is holding 382 level zone. This is kind of buyer zone. If buyer gives up, my next profit booking area might be 0.5618 level of Fibonacci. Without taking the market price into consideration, current movement, all those things, I am thinking, okay, 382 level market is respecting. So next, if it goes, how far it can go based on the Fibonacci level I can use, because this is a leading indicator. Now in this case, I have one more choice also. If market is holding 382 level, that means there is risk. It can move up. Then what I can do, instead of giving this keeping this stop loss here, I can reduce my stop loss. I can get it to cost. Like this and all, I can take decision. But with indicators, I cannot take that kind of decision because it is lagging, right? Issues will be there, so I don't want to look into all those stuff. People, see here this correction happened, and here also correction. One buyer zone. Now from my end, I'm going to reduce the risk because I am seeing a chance of buyer holding pressure. If buyers push the market down, fails to hold this zone and push the market down, I'll be happy only. But if buyer holds the market, the zone and push up, then I don't want to give bigger SL. I have reduced my SL as of now. Still, fight is happening between buyer and seller at this zone. Okay. Still here, if it buyers have not given up here, wick if it forms also, it's a problem only. See, is not given up still. This has to go down. This has to come down. We will give. So this is when, let's say you're a safe trader, you don't want to take too much risk. This SL what is here, you will get it off here. So either you will book around $40-50 minimum profit. If seller is strong, he push the market down, you will book, you will still be in trade to book the remaining profit. Okay, this is something you can try. This is safe trader exit zone. Maybe safe trader can think about exiting above this area. Okay, so what I will also do, I will reduce my SL. As long as it is staying below this zone, we are kind of okay. If it's staying, now it's going below this zone, fine, let it go. And now next, this many zones are there to create problem. I don't want this target. I don't want target book traders. If your target not booked, please hold up to here, minimum up to here. Hold, like you can get your SL somewhere here or whatsoever and hold. So explaining these things, you see, if I'm just sitting on my own, I'm looking at the setup, I will easily do all those things. There I have to look at messages, I have to answer. It takes time. Buyer and seller zone we can find with volume. You can't see, volume can come at any place. Okay, for example, I'll show in Nifty chart. Volume came here, you think here, this candle volume came. Does this mean this is a this one? buyer zone. Okay, market moved up. Does this really mean this is buyer zone? No. Volume came at this zone already. Okay, once here people were there, their stop loss was there. Once market started to hunt their stop loss, definitely volume increased. That is how you have to take it and see it, traders. Disappointing. Beautifully we identified the seller zone, buyer zone, and encashing became a problem. How many of you still holding this trade? How many still holding? How many target hit? Target was somewhere here. Before I extend only, it moved off. That is, concentration will be like if I go to explain certain things, no, mindset just goes towards that only. Huh? Okay, around 10,000 we have booked. Exit at now. Super. Now, this live stream from start till now, if you see, simply what we did, we identified buyer zone, we identified where there is potential of seller entering, we entered, right? Both the things we have done correctly. So, in 10 trades you take, right? 5 trades you give small SL. 5 trades you identify every seller zone, every buyer zone you try, you get the moment easy. When where did we enter? Right, somewhere here. Stop loss was small. How much was the moment from the seller zone? 33 points. Who's holding? Fine, sir, just get your SL here. If you think okay, there is a chance of stop loss hitting, then SL should be here, right? So these are the only, this is safe traders SL because continuously support is there. No, here if SL hit, you exit. Later any momentum come, any reversal, you can think about fresh entry. Okay, see this setup, whatever it is, on based on what did I take? Is there any complication? I took exactly based on this strategy, nothing else. Did we think too much about the setup? No, we waited for the setup, we got the setup, we took the trade. The main problem with many people is the fear of making loss, right? If you have fear of making loss, then you will not enter. If you don't enter, where can you make the, how about long scalping now? Problem is this is kind of tested more. From here, no doubt market can move, right? There is a chance, but this chance will be 30 to 40%. Why 30 to 40%? Because people are looking at the support, everyone is thinking of buying at the support. If more people slowly start entering, market becomes weak here. Quickly if it moves, that's a different story, but slowly if it is creating attraction, then this becomes 30-40% success rate. At the bottom, stop loss will be there to hunt that market can move down. So I basically exactly what everyone do, I don't do. There's some kind of random area people will think, from random area only big people will push the market down. I'm very small player. My, this dot I draw, I put one dot here. Maybe that dot is not even visible for you. The market is so big. I'm just a small tiny this one. I can't move the market. I will just see where the big players can enter, and based on that I will try to enter along with them to capture a small movement. That's it. That's all is my uh, capability or limitation. Once you come to that realization, even you will think okay, little grounded we will feel about ourselves. Okay, so that is what it is. Now all of these things let us remove. This is not required. Selling zone chance is there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not right now thinking of entering any trade. I'm just waiting. Now some people, okay, market double bottom. Can I enter? Definitely you can enter. Stop loss will be small. If you get the moment, good. Right? Probability is there. But since many people do the same thing, based on my psychology, I kind of avoid doing all those things. Sir, please click on cross button in T target instead of moving. I think last time also you said, I don't know. This one just one random thing I'm taking. Okay. Just to check what sir is saying. This is one position. SL. Let's say I keep somewhere here. Okay. Target. Which button you're talking about? I'll push the target here. This is done. You are asking me to click on this. Help me out here. You're asking me to click on this one. This is what I'm doing. Ask viewers to like your video, sir. I am asking what to do. I'm clicking on this and then see, I'm clicking on this. What do you want me to do next? Clicking cross button moves target, so it won't be hit. You are asking me, okay, if market is coming very, instead of moving, you just cancel the target. That's what you're meaning. Oh, okay. I understood now. Who's watching the live stream, please seller zone is there. 50% correction, 60% Fibonacci level market is respecting. So let's say I add around 500 quantity here on the, here one pressure is there. Here pressure will come, means what to do, I don't know. Fine, I'll go with this trade. I've taken this trade. Okay, I've added fresh entry here and I'm thinking of the setup like a scalper. Here this zone market is tested many times. If it breaks seller zone, it is respecting. So if it continues, I can get a decent momentum. So stop loss here. Fourth, see, usually market will respect the support zone 1, 2, 3, fourth time. Usually fifth time only it will break. So fourth time there is a chance that it can move up. I know there is 50-60% chance, but seller zone, like I said earlier, I was waiting here. I saw one entry, so I just took the setup. If you want to avoid also, you can avoid. if we get the move, we can get some decent move here. Next time I will cancel, sir, like you said. Okay. Here one doji candle is forming. This is indecision. Like I said, fourth time, usually market might give a pullback also. That is why I'm giving buffer above this red candle. Even if this zone market is breaking, no point in holding. Stop loss is very, very small. Risk reward is close to 1:4, 1:5. This becomes a good risk reward setup. So nothing to worry. I have taken this trade. Hmm, hmm, hmm. When we are at cost to cost only, I'm saying there is chance of upside movement also, but I'm okay to take the risk because risk is very, very small. Now if this candle goes above the zone, then my stop loss chance of hitting is high. Any closing above this. Still 30 seconds is there, but it's already filled the candle. We will see. It's closed. Already near my SL. You say this one also I have to cancel if market is about to come hit my SL. Should I say okay, cancel? Maybe in target you can do like that. In stop loss you don't do that. Okay. Here it is there. See, this is one seller zone, like I said, and this also is one small seller zone. Also only for target to capture more points. Good, as long as you're following that. Mm-mm. 8 points. For 8 points, you can try to. There's a beautiful risk reward setup. 8 points is decent only. One seller zone, second seller zone. I've not entered yet. This is one seller zone only. May already movement is coming, but not as much. It can do like this also. Okay. That is why I'm thinking, should I enter or not enter? Market tested this level 4 times. Fifth time is the charm. I don't know, 4 times usually it will respect. Fifth time it might break. Fifth time it might break. How did I get to know? Based on experience. That is what I'm telling you guys. In crypto market, I have not seen. It is common, price action is common, but my years of experience in Indian market, that based on that I'm saying. Fifth time, the probability, always it is probability. Probability of breaking is high. Now you press the black button. Both are selling zone traders. What do you say? Can we take one risk? Risk. Market is slow, giving a chance for buyers also. Based on this, risk will be 13 points. Okay, what the heck? I'll go for a bearish setup here. I've taken entry, even though I know there is a support. That's fine. My SL, my target. So over a period of time, I have to reduce the SL and go. If this buyer zone breaks, continuation happens, I can start reducing the SL. So can you please enter when the price has moved 3 to 4 points from our zone? Now I'm not entering 3 to 4 points from our zone. Based on that, I'm not entering. Market is coming down. I told you, right? One concept. 4 times market has tested. This is the 5th time. 5th time breaking probability is 70 to 75%. So that probability I'm taking in mind and I'm going with this trade. Of course, based on probability, if that is what I'm expecting, why to keep stop loss up to here? I'm keeping because one seller zone is there, one more seller zone is there. This and all might act as a buffer, and when market is not, deciding to trap people at the seller zone or break the seller zone, if more momentum is coming, these seller zones will be my point of trailing. First will be this seller zone. After this breakdown, continuation happening, then this breakdown. Usually what will happen, once the support is broken, it will act as a resistance. So little above the resistance, here, these zones and all will be my stop loss level. Okay, based on that concept only, I have taken this trade. Now let's say you're a safe trader. You don't want to give so much SL. Get your SL here. This is a seller zone. Below the seller zone, if seller zone 1, below this, if market is trading, fine, no issues for you, right? Only a reason why I'm giving stop loss up to this zone is because this was the actual seller zone. Market has not tested that seller zone, so that is why I've given that buffer. Nothing apart from, if wick also come, yes, I might get into problem. That is there, but what to do? Situation is like that. Fifth time. There's a doji candle here. Hopefully this indecision candle converts to a green candle. Red candle, sorry. If market gives a closing, before it's given closing below this line, but this time if it gives closing here, downward possibility is very high. Only thing is it has to give. Why give 75 points risk? If seller is strong, let him push. Already is pushed so much. Why take more SL? If I take SL, others also will take SL. So fine. Slowly only I'll reduce income. Basically, I don't want to reduce, but that's okay. Let's wait for only 2-3 candles more. Once market goes above the seller zone, we'll start being careful. If it's staying below the seller zone, we are kind of fine. And again around 30 seconds. Market is kind of going above the seller zone. That means the seller is kind of not giving up. Is kind of giving up. Next only the seller is there. If I go as per that, stop loss has to be here. The stop loss I'm not ready to give. It is not because of market will hit or not. It is just that so much momentum after that, if it goes up to the zone, it will continue off. So the seller zone, it is broken. So line, let it see. It's already broken this area. We'll see. Basically, fifth time it should break. It did not break. Okay, buyer centered. Now 1 second, you see this logic. I was telling you something here, right? SL has to be above this. And this is the seller zone. This is what I said, right? Market did not go above that. Continuous pressure from this exact zone. This is what sometimes in, even though I know seller zone is there, I have to give buffer and all. Sometimes I might have to take. Fine, whatever it is. Traders, you can my trader seller zone respected. This is going to be my last trade. Whatever happens, it is left to the market. If market goes above seller zone, things will go wrong for me. If it stays below the seller zone, things will go well for me. Okay, you don't want to take this trade, don't take. I'm just going based on, again, probability only. If the seller zone is respecting, market might move down. Okay, that is the logic. And this will be the last trade. I'll put the risk reward and give it to you guys. You see 8 points, minimum 17 points. But this zone and all, in future, if market break, continuation possibility is there. Okay, so this is my last setup. I will share that in the group so that as a reference you guys can see. Profit or loss, whatever it is, I'm going to see loss at least I'm not at all going to change. Okay, loss level I'm not going to change. Profit, when it's coming very close, like sir said, maybe I will cancel and extend also, depending on the market condition. Fastly it is coming, slowly it is coming. Based on that I will decide. This is going to be my last trade for the day, and with this I'm going to close the live stream. This zone and all is kind of okay. This is became buyer zone. This zone became buyer zone. No, if market is breaking this zone only, continuation possibility is there. Okay, this is my current situation, whatever is happening, I'll let you guys know. Again, it's coming to the seller zone only. If it takes the SL, then I'm not going to go for one more trade, at least for the next 30 minutes. 30-40 minutes, I will not go for one more trade. If market goes to 1993.80, consider that I'm exiting from the trade. I've taken the loss, you consider that. Okay, that is what it is. Little buffer I gave for the seller zone. This person is not entering, so okay, I'll wait for 2 minutes in live stream only. If it takes the SL, fine, I'll close it. Either hit my SL or at least come to cost so that I can close the live stream. It's given a breakout above seller zone, but it is kind of reversing without breaking this area. Little buffer I have given for the seller by placing stop loss little above also. Now after this also stop loss hits, then nothing can be done. As of now, I'm at almost cost to cost zone only, and market is near seller zone. If it moves up, I will exit. Strong momentum towards the bearish side will come below this buyer zone. That time what we can do, if market goes below the buyer zone, the stop loss from here, we can get it down here. Once this breakdown happens, then smooth momentum towards the downside is possible up to here, 1917. After 1917, market can give a pullback. If seller is very strong, then he will push the market towards the downside. This is how, okay, how I'm saying, let me show. If it goes up, hit stop loss, done, closed. But if it moves down from the seller zone, buyer zone, it respects, corrects, goes below this, here one zone will come, here there will be a retest zone, and then market will try to go below this area. Okay, this is how I'm looking at things. This is how I expect market to move. Later what is happening is up to the market. I'm not going to make any changes. My stop loss, you see what I have kept. Okay, all right traders, I think clear explanation I've given about my last setup. Thank you everyone for participating in the live stream. If you are interested to learn my strategy, then you can open account with Delta Exchange. If you, in the pinned comment there is a link to open the account, you need to use that link itself to open the account with Delta Exchange, and then you have to send your Delta Exchange user ID. Then we will give you access to this strategy. Okay, so I'll also share the link here. Please have a look if you're interested. Okay, SL is done, entry is here, target is up to this zone. Whatever is the status, I'll let you guys know. All right, good night, take care, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye traders, good night.